pretty slow. Spend our time fishing up wrecks.
Now we're just doing our bit for the insurance companies, Chief. I've had this stupid detail on my schedule for a couple of weeks. If you check your paperwork once in a while, you'd know that. What the hell are you doing here, anyway?
Go get something to eat.
Nah, I can't. Arlene's got me on a diet again. I think I get a banana and a hard-boiled egg today.
Always a loner. Come on, I'll buy you lunch, huh?
Buying?
Right there.
Oh, God. Come on.
It's Diane Masters' car. Sorry, Ellen.
She didn't deserve this.
I'm sorry.
No, I talked to her a few times at the center.
I didn't know. Kept hoping she was still alive. She'd come home.
Get the whole department out on this one, Al.
How'd you find her?
We dredged the canal. It's a routine job. We got a report that some people had dumped cars there. Insurance scam.
Look, you don't have to answer any questions right now.
Well, actually, it would be helpful if you could tell us about any problems you might have been having with her.
What did I just say?
It's okay, Mike. It's okay. Sergeant Reed is just doing his job. Diane and I did have problems, but things were getting better. We were working it out.
The night she disappeared, you made an official statement. Was that 6 months ago now? You'd had a fight with her?
I also made a statement that we were going to make up. We always did. Mike, are there any leads?
You've been playing some pretty tough leagues. Maybe somebody was trying to get back at you. We're gonna get the bastards, Ellen, I promise you that.
Hi. Can I get you something to eat? Must have been a terrible day.
Yeah, I'm okay. Kids get to bed okay?
Mm-hmm. They showed some of it. Roy Galvin was trying hard to sound like he knows what he's doing. Should be your case. Should have been from the day she disappeared.
Roy's the #1 boy. Here we go.
A manhunt is underway for the killer of Diane Masters, wife of prominent attorney Alan Masters. Mrs. Masters had been missing for over 6 months. She failed to return home one night last March after attending a meeting at Crawford Community College. Mrs. Masters was well known throughout Chicago for her social work in the community, and especially for her efforts on behalf of a crisis center for abused women.
That was Alice Hess. And now here's today's weather.
I'm going downstairs for a minute.
Well, thanks, Brent. We're looking at a cool autumn evening.
Nice. Very, very nice.
Behave yourself. Hi. I'm Nina Sloan. Welcome.
Diane Turner. I didn't realize it'd be such a big party.
How come I haven't seen you here before?
Oh, I don't get out to places like this much.
Oh, neither would I, if I didn't own the place. What do you do?
I'm a secretary. Have you seen Mr. Masters? He invited me here.
Oh, the birthday boy.
Hey,
yeah, he's...
you guys see?
It's right over there. Come on, I'll show you. So, you're a friend of ours?
He's my lawyer. He just got me my divorce.
Honey, he's everyone's lawyer.
Who are all these people?
Oh, the kings and queens of South Chicago. The Blazer and Ascot is Judge Craig O'Neill.
His wife's beautiful.
His wife? No, she's at home enjoying the view from Lakeshore Drive. That's Kathy.
Diane, hey, you made it. I'm very proud of you for coming.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Actually, it was all Nina's doing. All I had to do was show up.
Well, let's go play.
What's that doing with Alan?
You don't know? Why, Victor Scalise. You let that young, beautiful girl get by you?
I have enough trouble keeping you in line.
I finished the paperwork this afternoon. You're now legally a free woman.
That's wonderful. Now all I need to do is figure out what to do with the rest of my life, I guess.
Diane, may I tell you something? With your grace and your intelligence, you can do anything or have anything you want.
Hi there.
Did you have a chance to see it yourself?
Oh, my God, you're here. Oh, same story. Promises, promises. Always ends up in a bar. Okay, same story.
Hi, Dad. How are you?
Look who's come back. Princess Di herself.
What happened this time?
He went down to the unemployment. Some smart-ass clerk said he hadn't been out on enough job interviews. You take the pills, I won't take them from me. See if you can make it through.
Weź to, tato.
Jak można dostać pracę, jeżeli niczego nie ma?
Diane! Oh, I smell new perfume.
Yes. I met someone new, Mama. A wonderful man.
You know, I have a confession to make.
Yes, Counselor.
I was afraid you were going to turn me down tonight.
I was afraid you weren't going to ask. Maybe I'm not as shy as you think I am.
Maybe not. Did your husband ever tell you how special you are?
He didn't talk much. In fact, he hardly noticed me.
I can't take my eyes off you.
first officer on the scene?
Yes, sir, Dave Terrell.
Hi, Dave. I'm Captain Reed. You touch the body?
Just to get the wallet out for identification.
Okay. Where's your plastic glove? Don't worry about it. It's your first homicide?
Yes, sir.
You got a notebook?
Right here.
All right, stay close. Just keep writing as fast as you can. When was this thing called in, anyway?
Around half an hour ago.
Okay, well, let's see what we got. Just keep swallowing, Dave.
Oh, God.
You all right? Okay, we got a deceased white male, 40 to 50 years old. Shot with a large caliber bullet from close range from the rear through and through the head. Through the blanket, too, it looks like. Through both sides of the blanket. What the hell we got here? Maybe shot more than once, actually. Whoever he is, he's definitely a professional hit.
Let's see. Legislative aide, Frank Stevens.
Great a politician. Now we're going to have state cops and press all over us.
Stevens, that's the guy. That's the errand boy for Vic Scalisi.
I wouldn't know about that.
Oh, sure he is, of course. He's the guy to handle all the licenses, building permits, and stuff like that for Scalisi. I'm telling you, that's him.
Look, let's not start guessing about Vic Scalisi or anyone else.
Vic, you're not listening to me. The guy was a legislative aide. It's a front-page killing.
I don't tell the newspapers what to print.
Am I on your side? Huh? Stevens always did right by us. You had no reason to hit him.
Suppose he didn't do right by us. Suppose he made certain promises to me concerning building permits, which he failed to keep. Suppose he took money from me. Wouldn't a guy like that deserve to die?
What's the matter with you? You shot him in public. How are you going to do that and not have the cops, huh?
How much we pay Mike last year? 100,000?
More.
Then it's time for our police chief to start earning his money.
Look at this place. I bet I could buy groceries for a week for the price of a salad here.
Relax and enjoy. This is Alan's table. How is Alan?
Oh, he's good. He's been sending me flowers almost every day, you know. I'm crazy about him, but...
You have a problem with that?
No, it's just that everything's moving so fast.
Fast? By the time I knew my first husband that long, he'd already cheated on me.
I only got my divorce last week, you know, and Alan's the guy that got it for me.
Well, it's perfect. Alan's going to do great things for you.
Morning, Francine. Now, don't waste time with baubles. I want to see the most beautiful things you have.
Well, this will be fun. I think this lady can make anything look beautiful. Make yourself comfortable.
Alan on a shopping spree for a new friend? You know Ellen? Oh, yeah. When we heard he was seeing someone new, it was Panicville around here.
Take another look.
Hope Rebecca doesn't walk in.
Rebecca? Oh, why don't I wrap this up for you?
Who's Rebecca? Guess he doesn't talk much about his wife.
Why don't we stop by Water Tower Place for a drink before dinner? What's the matter?
Is your wife coming too?
I'm glad you found out. Diane, I knew what I was doing was wrong, but I just couldn't stop myself.
Were you ever going to tell me?
Yes, of course I was. I wanted to, but I knew if I did, I'd lose you, and I couldn't let that happen.
I don't deserve this, Alan.
I know. I'm so sorry. I think this is the only cowardly thing I've ever done in my life.
A wife. How stupid could I get?
Diane, wait, let me explain.
No.
Diane, please.
Excuse me. This is private property and no one's permitted in here.
Sergeant Reed, I'd like to talk to Mr. Scalisi. Yeah, I'm sorry to bother you, Mr. Scalisi. I'm Jack Reed.
Did we have an appointment, Sergeant?
No, I figured I'd just try to catch you in, so to speak. I'm here on a murder investigation.
What murder?
A guy named Stevens. He was shot and killed the other night. A professional job. Did you ever hear that name before?
Yeah, I saw it on TV. Wasn't he something in the county?
Yeah, well, actually, Mr. Stevens approved a lot of licenses for you, Mr. Scalisi, for your bars and clubs and so on.
So?
Come on, Mr. Scalisi. Nothing like that ever happens around here without you knowing something about it. So I figured I'd come over here and ask you. What do you know about it?
Sit down.
Thank you.
I know about you, Jack. They say you're the best detective on the force. Guys half as good as you are your bosses. You should be chief by now.
You know, my wife says the same thing. Tell me about the Stevens killing.
Get smart, Jack. Cops like you give all you got, you get nothing back. Do you know we end up on the scrap heap with a lousy pension? I could help you.
Oh, I know you can help me, Mr. Scalisi. That's why I'm here. See, this guy Stevens, he never said no to anybody. So why was he hit?
You don't listen, do you? You're a stupid man, Reed. I don't waste my time with stupid people. Pete, show Sergeant Reed out of here.
Oh, no. Now, who's being stupid now, Mr. Scalisi, huh? Hey, you throw me out of here, you've answered my question, right? I mean, I must be on the right track, am I right?
Get him out of here. Let's go, amigo.
No. Don't ever touch, okay? That's a bad idea. Trust me. I'll be seeing you, Mr. Scalisi.
Diane, I had to see you.
I don't want to talk to you, Alan.
Just listen to me. That's all I ask.
Leave me alone.
I will. Just hear me out, and then I'll leave you alone. I promise. Please, Diane, just hear me out before you believe the gossip. Anyway, that's why it was so difficult. It hasn't been a real marriage for years. We've agreed to a divorce once both the boys are in college next year.
You should have told me, Alan. Why didn't you just tell me?
I tried to. Diane, I haven't felt this way in years. I kept trying to find a way to tell you, but then I just kept putting it off.
I hate this. I don't want to hurt your wife, and I can't stand the thought of getting hurt again myself.
No. I have no right to put you through this.
I want to get married, Alan. I want a husband and kids. I want the kind of family that I never had. You can't give me an...
I love you, Diane. I love you. Please don't send me away.
What do you expect me to say to you? That I want you, that I love you?
Yes. Say
I love you.
Say
I love you.
He insulted me. Reed came into my home where I live.
Well, what did you expect, Vic? You do a classic hit, you make a big party for yourself. You want this cop off your back?
Reed's been busting my chops for years. I'm gonna whack this guy.
Oh, that's great. You got a party now. You kill a cop, you're gonna have a Mardi Gras.
You're supposed to be the fixer. I want this guy fixed.
I'll take care of it.
You do that. If you can't pull him off me, I'll take care of him. Reed at the bottom of the canal, no more problem.
I want to thank you for coming, Sergeant. I appreciate you taking the time. Perhaps I can answer some of your questions.
I'm investigating the Stevens murder. Mr. Stevens routinely rubber-stamped business licenses for your client, Mr. Scalisi. It's common knowledge that these businesses are fronts for drugs, gambling, prostitution.
Perhaps I misunderstood you, Sergeant. Are you investigating the Stevens murder, or are you investigating Mr. Scalisi? Because there are a lot of ambitious people who would like to advance themselves by taking advantage of Mr. Scalisi. As his representative and lawyer, I advise you, don't try it.
As his attorney, you must know a lot about Mr. Scalisi's business affairs.
Actually, I know nothing about his business affairs. I'm his personal lawyer.
Oh. So you handle things like, like his divorce, right?
Yes, I handled his divorce.
Well, when you arranged Mr. Scalisi's divorce settlement, didn't you become familiar with his business interests? Actually, a lot of my friends down at the police department tell me that you've handled their divorces. And you've saved them some serious money on alimony, too.
I have to tell you something, Sergeant. I have great respect for police officers. I think they work far too many hours for far too little pay. So whenever I can, I try to help them.
Hey, Daddy's home. That sounds great, sweetheart. Keep it up. Hey, how's school?
Oh, it's great. I think I might have gotten through to a couple of them.
Look at this. Look at this. He's making a dinosaur, huh?
It's not a dinosaur, it's a triceratops.
Oh, yeah, that's easy for you to say.
Hey, stay out of there. You're gonna pollute.
Tomorrow. I'm starting the diet tomorrow. First thing. I'll get the phone. Don't anybody jump. Yellow.
Jack?
Hey, Mike, yeah.
Oh, look, Jack, you got too much on your plate right now.
What?
Yeah, I'm gonna let Galvin handle the Stevens investigation.
Come on, Mike. What do you mean? There's too much on my plate. I can take care of this. I've been working on it.
No, that's it, Jack. Talk about it tomorrow.
I hope Alan notices all my efforts.
Well, we can only hope they notice.
Yeah, I've been with Mike 6 years, and he hasn't noticed anything except clothes on, clothes off.
Not that I mind.
Alan notices a lot. He was talking about marriage last week.
Oh, talked about it. The judge has been talking about it for the last 5 years. Mike's never gonna leave his wife.
What's the big deal? Marriage isn't so great.
I want to get married.
Did Alan give you all the jewelry you've been wearing?
Yeah.
Then who needs a wedding ring?
Be patient. I can't be. I'm pregnant.
Oh, honey.
I just found out.
Well, you can't go through with it.
I'm going to.
You gotta get rid of it before Ellen makes you.
Alan's not like that.
They're all like that.
Yeah, the only reason why Joe married me is because Ellen said I'd make a good tax deduction.
Listen, don't kid yourself. Even if you had this baby, Alan wouldn't marry you.
He'll dump you.
I know you have a lot in your mind, and I know you're preoccupied, but and I don't want to worry you by talking to you about this, but I need...
Diane? If you have something to tell me, you can just tell me.
Alan, I'm pregnant. I know it seems crazy, Alan, but we can make this thing work. I love you, and you love me. Don't you?
Well, we're gonna have to get a bigger house.
You're married.
She's agreed to a settlement. hi to everybody. And Greg's birthday.
Thank you. How are you?
Diane, such a brilliant wedding. Marvelous day for us all. For you.
Thank you, thank you.
La vita buona e di felicità.
I feel like crying. Say something nice to me, Mike, so I don't cry.
Got nice turtles?
I think, Mike, she's waiting for you to pop the question.
Yeah, then I'd be crying.
Not to mention the wife and kids.
Thank you, Mom. I was real worried about. There's nothing to worry about. Alan and I are two people who really belong together. Grandma Sophie would want you to have this. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good. Alan, this is Rick Peterson. We were at high school together.
Hi. You've got a wonderful girl here.
Yeah, I know. You having a good time?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you? Are you having fun? Are you having a good time?
Excuse me?
I said, are you having a good time? Are you having fun?
Honey, we were just...
Yeah, let me explain a concept to you. This is my wife you are having a good time with.
I know.
Oh, you know? You do? Well, you know what I think? I think you were coming on to her.
He wasn't, Alan.
Say goodbye to Mr. Peterson.
Look, Alan, you're making a big mistake.
Would you like me to help you to your car?
Alan, don't.
Because I'd like to help you get to your car.
Stop it.
No, that's okay. It was a wonderful wedding, and I wish you the best of everything. Bye-bye.
That was so rude. We weren't doing anything. It was out of line, and it was embarrassing. I want you to call him in the morning and apologize.
You see, I see it and you don't. He was coming on to you. I'm sorry, but I hate it when I see anybody touching you like that.
That's ridiculous. I was at school.
Don't call me ridiculous, please.
Alan, I don't want to be with anyone else. I love you. I'm here with you. I want to be here.
Try and understand this, okay? I can't bear the thought of you being with anybody else. I'm sorry.
It's okay, it's okay. She's so beautiful. I wish you could see her.
I know. I don't need to see her to know. To have a wonderful baby you love so much, who needs you, a good husband. Life can't be more full than this.
Yeah.
There he is.
Well, you're one lucky girl. You got to marry your Prince Charming, have his baby, house.
I just wish Cinderella could get to see her prince alone sometime. We always seem to have the 7 ugly dwarves breathing down our necks.
Yeah, they're a real boys' club. I think they like each other a little bit better than they like us.
Count your blessings, Diane. By the way, I take it all back. You graduated magna cum laude.
What's the difference anyway? Wife, mistress.
I don't know. I think a baby makes a difference.
Nina, are you?
You're kidding. I gotta see this. Wait a minute. Where is it? I'm hiding.
Sit here, please. Happy anniversary, sweetheart.
Oh, it's beautiful, Alan. Oh, thank you.
Nothing's too good for you, baby. You deserve it. What's the matter? What's wrong?
You're so good to me. You spoil me, but you know what I want? You know what I really want? I want to spend more time with you.
We will, honey. Listen, I know I've been working too hard this year. Listen, once I get this club deal together, I promise you we're going to wipe down the chalkboard and make a clean start. Hey, I got an idea. I tell you what, I got an idea. Let's just go away. No business. We'll just drop everything and go away. What do you say?
Can we do that?
Of course we can do that. We will do that.
Nina? Nina? What happened?
I lost the baby. I didn't know who else to call.
Oh. Did you call the doctor?
No.
What's his name? What's his number?
It's in my book.
Dr. Roberts says you'll be okay. I told him I'd stay with you tonight.
I'm sorry. I thought I could handle it myself.
Nina, a miscarriage isn't something you handle by yourself.
I was afraid of Mike. I didn't even know how to tell him I was pregnant.
Why do you stay with him?
We started out great. And I saw how things worked out for you and Alan when you got pregnant, and I hoped that they could be the same for me if I had Mike's baby. Let's face it, I was kidding myself. He just wants something on the side.
If you want any kind of future, you have to leave him.
He'd kill me if I tried.
He wouldn't touch you. Alan would make sure of that.
You still don't get it, do you?
Alan's not like that. I've told you, he's got a couple of rough edges. They all do.
Come on, Diane. Alan runs the South Side personally for Vic Scalisi.
No, he's Vic's lawyer, that's all.
He runs every town around here. McCook, Cicero, Hancock Springs. Alan pays the judges. And Mike and the cops are his muscle. The cops hand out Alan's cards when they're writing traffic tickets. You in trouble? You need a good lawyer? I got just the guy for you. He splits the fees with the cops and everybody gets rich together.
The guy runs a string of whorehouses and chop shops for Vic. State's attorney got him on a sting operation. Now he's looking to do some heavy time.
Can Vic be hurt if he talks?
Craig, don't talk to me about Vic being hurt. I hate that kind of talk. It's my ears.
I'll wait outside.
No, don't go, Kathy. We're going to get some lunch.
So, how are we going to call this one?
Police failed to follow proper procedures.
Do we have proof of that?
It will be. It's in the works. Mike's taking care of it. So, where are we going to go to lunch? Italian? Chinese?
Depends on who's buying.
You are, Your Honor. You just got paid.
Now, that cop. After all this time, he tried to reopen the Stevens case. Requested a search order against Vic. Naturally, I had to turn him down.
Well, he's not a team player. At least not on our team. Hey, I thought you were going to rest.
Craig,
Hey, don't I get a kiss? Huh?
what are you doing here?
Well, your husband's a tough fella to get a hold of. So I thought I'd come down, do a little business, and catch a little sun.
Okay.
Oh, we better cordon off the beach if that's what Diane's wearing around here.
I thought you said this trip was going to be no business.
Sit down, will you? Just sit down. A couple of years ago, I did a very stupid thing. I broke the law. It could have cost me my career. Craig found out about it, but at the time, he chose to look the other way. Now it seems he's had a change of heart.
What do you mean?
I mean, he's come down here for a payback.
How much does he want?
He doesn't want money. He wants you.
Me?
He's crazy. He's a crazy guy. He told me he'd do it to get me off the hook. I told him I wanted him on the next plane out of here. I told him that he should do what he's got to do.
He is crazy. He knows you never get into something like that. Can he really hurt you?
Yeah, he can. But listen, forget it. I just told you to show you what kind of guy he is. It's...
No, maybe I should go and talk to him.
No. I don't want you involved.
Alan, I'm already involved. I'll go talk to him.
You want a drink, Diane?
No, thank you. Craig, Alan told me what you wanted. That's not why I'm here.
Diane, I just find you a very beautiful woman. And I just want to spend some time with you.
I am married.
And I thought maybe you'd like to spend some time with me.
I don't know where you got that from.
Look, I know you like it. And I know exactly how you like it.
Stop it! No!
It's okay.
It's awful.
It's okay.
It's horrible.
It's okay. It's all right.
I couldn't talk to him, Alan. I couldn't even reason with him. I had to get out of it.
You couldn't do it?
No. the matter? What's wrong? You look disappointed.
Well, to be honest with you, Diane, I thought that you were just a little bit more committed to me than that.
Committed? What, did you want this to happen? Did you plan this? You don't owe Craig anything, do you?
Well, that's beside the point. The fact of the matter is, you let me down. I mean, how can I ever trust you again?
Trust me? You lied to me. What is this, some sort of test?
What did I ask you for, Diane? Did I ask you for anything? Did I ask you to go and see Craig? I mean, I've given you everything, and you've given me back nothing.
You're sick.
I'm sick? I'm sick. You're ungrateful, Diane. You betrayed me. You got a chance to save me, and you wouldn't do it. One thing, just one thing. Why couldn't you just have done it?
No!
Oh. You want to hurt me? Huh? You want to hurt me? Does that make you feel good? Does that excite you? You like the idea of hurting me?
Stop it! What? No, you're hurting me!
You want to hurt me? It's okay. Don't cry. That's my girl. That's my little girl. That's Daddy's little girl. Showtime in 5 minutes. Diane? I want you downstairs.
I'm undressed, Alan. I'm going to bed.
I said I want you downstairs.
Don't treat me like one of your thugs.
Hey, honey, I don't treat you like one of my thugs. I treat you like my wife. Now get downstairs!
Give it to me, baby. You know the way I like it.
Anything. Anything you want. I can do it all night.
Hey, lover. You're my kind of man.
Baby.
Where are you going, honey? Show's not over.
It is for me.
Honey, these are our friends. You don't want to embarrass our friends, do you?
Alan, if our friends embarrass so easily, I suggest you ask them to leave.
Diane, don't go.
Looks like you're the one who got spanked tonight, Counselor.
You humiliated me in front of our friends tonight.
They're criminals.
They're not criminals. They're men like me with jobs, families, responsibilities. They're not criminals. You liked them when you first met them. Nothing's changed.
A lot's changed, Alan. I've changed. Being with you has changed me. Being with your friends has changed me. I don't know. I've been thinking about it. It's all wrong. You don't love me.
That's not true. It's not true. I've loved you from the moment I first saw you. You were so beautiful. So innocent. I don't know, maybe I've exposed you to too much too soon.
It's not about what I've seen, Alan.
But they are my friends, and this is my house.
This is our house.
If you continue to humiliate me in front of my friends, I'll have no alternative but to divorce you. And if I divorce you, you will never see Kim again.
Well, I'll never leave her.
You know, I think sometimes you've forgotten what this marriage means, Diane. Our marriage is a sacred covenant. And for the marriage to work, we both have to abide by that covenant. Now, I made a sacred vow to protect you and care for you, and I've done that. You made a sacred vow to honor and obey me. And to tell you the truth, Diane, you're not holding up your end of the bargain.
You You can't be serious.
Shut up! Shut up! I said shut up! Shut up!
Play with the bear, honey. You sound tired today. I haven't been sleeping too well. I'll get over it.
Nice bruise you got.
What? What is he talking about?
Please excuse me. I need some air. I'll be right back.
Women.
Alan beats you. Is that it?
It's nothing, Mom.
Don't lie to me. I have felt something wrong for a long time.
Mom, please, no. Yes.
Oh. You got to leave him.
I can't. I can't, Mom. I'm trapped. It's like you were. I can't.
Not like me, no. I was blind in a new country, scared. I was afraid to leave your father. You got to be stronger than me.
I can't. He said he'd take Kim. I can't. You know, some days I wake up and I think I should just take my daughter and run.
He'd track you down. You'd never see her again. Leave you without a penny.
You remember Segura's girlfriend? They found her in Mexico. That's their job, to track people down. I saw her a couple days later and she could barely walk.
So what do we do? Just tiptoe around waiting for the next explosion?
Look, even if he thinks he owns you, and he does think that, you can turn some things to your advantage.
Best thing to do is get out of the house. Get a real estate license like I did.
A shop. How about antiques?
No. There's something else I have been thinking about. I was shopping in the area and I saw the demolition sign.
Used to be our audio-visual department. We were just going to tear it down.
It's perfect for what I want. I'm thinking of starting a crisis center.
Crisis center?
A shelter for battered women.
I see. Well, from my experience, these things can be more time-consuming and expensive than you can possibly imagine.
Well, time I have. And as for money, I thought of getting some donations and grants.
Mm-hmm.
You think I'm kind of useless, don't you, Mr. McKaylick? Well, maybe you're right. Except that I think there is something here that I can do. Something real for a change. Not the household money, Alan. The money you give me for personal extras, I'd like to use it for something else.
It's your money, Diane. You can do what you want with it. What'd you have in mind? Some new dresses?
No, I thought I'd like to do something worthwhile for women and children in trouble who don't have any place to go.
Daycare. Well, that's very thoughtful of you, Diane.
It's all right, then?
Listen, I'm in the middle of a meeting. I'll talk to you later on, okay? Don't run away. I need you to take some letters.
Well, looks like our house philosopher has found another gem of wisdom.
Yeah, I read some of those quotes in his office. It's into some really deep stuff.
You can learn a lot from him. Jack's a real student of human nature. A thinking man's cop.
Hey, Bubba, do me a favor. Will you take a cold shower?
Sleep these down in my office.
Morning, ladies. I'm Sergeant Feldman. Can I help you?
Yes, sir. I am Annie Turner. My daughter is in bad trouble.
What kind of trouble?
Her husband, he beats her up.
Do you want to file a complaint?
Please. Diane needs protection. She is married to a man called Alan Masters. I'm scared he is going to do something terrible to her.
Hold on a second. Alan Masters. Is that Alan Masters, the lawyer?
Don't be fooled by him. Please, she's scared. You gotta do something.
Pending approval by the building commission, we should be able to commence construction on the astrology club in no later than 60 days. Yours truly, etc., etc.
I'll get it off right away.
No rush. Would you, like a drink?
Makes a good impression on the boss.
Marie, you've made a very good impression on the boss. In fact, I think you're just about the best temp we've ever had. I'm very glad you're here.
Is something happening here?
Do you want something to happen?
I could use another gallon.
Okay, let me mix this up for you.
Yeah.
A little thicker.
Yes, ma'am. Can help you with psychological referral.
Greg.
Yeah.
When I get up one Saturday,
Mrs. Masters?
Hi, Anthony.
Mrs. Masters. John Reed from the Sheriff's Department.
Yes, Sergeant. What can I do for you?
Your mother asked me to stop by and talk to you.
My mother?
She says you've been having some problems at home.
She went to the police.
Your mother is very upset, Mrs. Masters. She says your husband has been abusing you.
My husband and I had a slight disagreement. My mother must have misunderstood. I can't believe she did this.
So she's wrong. I mean, there's no history here of anything like this.
No, nothing. I'm sorry you wasted your time coming down here.
It's okay, it's my job.
Who needs a painter?
Mrs. Masters, I know your husband. I can understand why you might be afraid of him.
That's ridiculous, Sergeant.
If you're worried about anything at all, I'd be glad to stop by the house and talk to him.
No. Thank you. There's no need for that.
Okay.
He had a class.
You've done a great job here. This is a very worthwhile enterprise.
Thank you.
Maybe you should take the time to read one of your own pamphlets. We can protect you, Mrs. Masters.
I'm sorry. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Na wszelki wypadek, kiedybyś potrzebowała pomocy.
Yeah. Where is it gonna go?
Dziękuję. Do widzenia.
Good luck.
This looks nice, man.
John, no wildlife in the house,
You're disgusting.
Thank you.
Oh, great. Nothing like a nice quiet breakfast at home.
Beatitudes?
Yeah, I'm afraid they're not going to do any good today, though.
You've seen a lot of abused women, John. I don't know why this one is bothering you.
She's a really interesting woman. Working class girl, a Polish family. She marries Prince Charming.
Like me.
Except this prince turns out to be a fraud. And she works so hard to make something out of herself. There's a kind of an innocence about her, you know. I guess I just want her to be all right.
And that's just one of the many reasons why I love you.
Well, she sure doesn't belong in that crowd. I'm afraid she's looking at a truckload of grief.
Look at that. Diane's really committed to making this place work. I like her.
Yeah, I'm sure you do, Jim. She's really beautiful.
I hadn't noticed.
There must be something seriously wrong with you. See you later.
Hi.
Hi. You know, I owe you an apology for being so skeptical when we met, you know?
It's okay.
Well, by way of doing that, I want to tell you that I got you some more volunteers. The psych department's sending over some students, so...
Jim, thank you.
It's okay.
We can use them for our new 24-hour hotline, and I had this other idea. I thought that maybe we could find some space upstairs so that the mothers could bring their kids with them to the crisis center.
Who's going to pay for that?
Oh, I'll just work the phones harder and sell a little jewelry.
You want to have a cup of coffee after work? Or you probably want to get right home?
No. That'd be nice.
Good.
Gotta be careful. I don't have all my precinct guys on board yet.
What about the choir boy, Reed?
Forget about him.
The guy's clean.
Everybody's got his price. We'll offer him $20,000. Can always go higher.
Hi, everyone. Sorry I'm late.
Excuse me. You were supposed to be here half an hour ago. You look like a house painter.
I'm sorry. I was at the center.
You know, there's been a breakdown in communication between us, Diane. I thought you were opening a daycare center. Hyacinth House? Hyacinth House for abused women? What are you? Are you Joan of Arc? Are you trying to get back at me or what?
I'm trying to do something with my life.
You lied to me, Diane. You lied to me and you embarrassed me. You did not honor and you did not obey. You should be prepared to spend all your time at the center. Because if you ever embarrass me again, I'll make you a permanent resident.
I wish I could be as strong as you. You're smart, you're educated. I didn't even finish college.
Neither did Winston Churchill, or for that matter, a lot of people.
Well, there's hope for me yet. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll get myself all put together.
I don't think you have to worry about that. I think someday you're gonna find out what you want to do. I'd love to see that.
Do you want...
You remember when we used to dance like that and I broke all your toes?
Oh, one or two at the most.
That's why I married you, you know? You were the only woman that would do the polka with me. Hey, what are you doing here?
Hey, somebody invited me.
Listen, you gotta try some of Marlene's ham and sauerkraut balls, because nobody else will.
Hey, what do you think I'm here for, huh? Listen, can we talk later?
Yeah, sure.
Well, that's what a wife likes to see. Her husband staring at another woman.
That's her. That's Diane Masters.
She's pretty. Do you know who she reminds me of? Katya.
All right, so what's going on?
I've been holding this for you.
You know me better than that. I don't take money.
Don't tell me you can't use a little tax-free for Arlene and the kids.
Put it away, Segura. Now.
You're making a lot of people nervous in the department, Jack.
Look, I do my job, and I get paid for it by the people.
That could be dangerous. Maybe you weren't cut out to be a cop.
The only thing I was cut out to be was a cop. A real cop. Now, why don't you go tell that to your pal, Vic Scalisi? And while you're at it, you tell your buddies down at the department, don't push me. You understand? Don't push me.
Good night. Thank you.
Why don't you turn him in?
Hey, not here, all right? Cops don't turn in other cops. I told you that.
I don't trust Eddie. Jack, you could get hurt.
Nobody's gonna get hurt. Come on, relax.
I hope you're right.
There are more good cops than bad cops.
You're right. I'm gonna go check on the kids.
Alan? I need to get Kimmy put to bed first, but, perhaps after. I need someone to talk to. When I first met him, I thought I'd been given this second chance to be happy.
Did he ever love you?
You know what? I think he did. I don't think he ever meant to marry me. He thought he'd just have a good time, and instead he fell for me.
That's understandable. I know you need a friend right now, but I just can't be objective. I like you too much. It's like, I think about you when you're not around, and I'm probably the worst person you could have called.
No, you're not. Let's go someplace so we can be alone.
Sure,
I thought maybe...
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, are you sure you know what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm sure.
You're up awful early. Where are you off to?
I'm going to the center.
I'll be home late tonight.
I don't think so. You've been spending too much time there. I'd rather you were here.
For the first time in my life, I'm doing something that I really care about. I'm not going to give it up.
Diane, about that girl, it was nothing. It was just
Save
one
it,
of those
Alan.
things.
I'm not going to play your games anymore.
Look, I know things have been very difficult between us for a while, but I know if we both try, we can work things out, Diane. Diane, I want to try. Where's the bracelet I gave you? How come you don't wear it anymore?
I sold it.
You sold it.
I needed more money for the center.
What, did you do that to make me mad? Huh? You think that makes me mad? Money means nothing to me. Money doesn't make me mad. You make me mad. You know, I made you everything you are.
Yeah, well, I'm not for sale anymore.
That's right. You know why? You know why? Because I own you. You were bought and paid for.
Alan, I know exactly who I am. And I know exactly what you are. Everything looks dirty to you.
Shut up!
That's how you made it.
I said
You're the one who made it that way.
I said shut up!
You want to hit me? Go ahead, hit me. I feel sorry for you.
Hi.
Sierżant Reed, prawda?
Myślę, że nie przeszkadza.
No, it's okay.
I just had lunch in the area. I thought I'd drop by and see how you were doing.
I'm fine.
Well, sometimes people seem to be fine, but they're really not, you know?
No, I don't know. Did my husband send you here to come and check up on me?
I don't work for your husband, Mrs. Masters.
A policeman who doesn't work for Alan. I find that hard to believe, Sergeant.
Look, I don't want to intrude upon you. I just want to make sure you're okay.
Why? Why do you care about me?
You're right. I'm sorry. I've been out of line.
No, wait. Please sit down. I'm grateful for your concern.
Look, like I said before, I'd be glad to help you any way I can. I'm very easy to get hold of.
Was that your wife with you at the dance the other night?
Yeah, Arlene.
Seeing as though you're my self-appointed bodyguard, shouldn't I know your name?
My name is John.
Ah, but I bet everyone calls you Jack.
No bet.
I'll make you another bet, Jack. My husband has a lot of influence in that department of yours. I bet they don't know about your coming down here to see me.
Definitely no bet.
And you still haven't answered my question. Why are you so interested in me?
You remind me of someone.
But she went off with another guy?
She died.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be. It was a long time ago.
Don't worry about me, Jack. I don't need your help. Not anymore. I'm really getting my life together here.
That's great. I'm glad to hear that.
That's a good year.
Why can't we just leave or something? Why can't we run away together?
He'd take Kim.
Well, then we'll take her with us.
We can't do that, Jim. He'd follow us, and he'd use that to get her back from me in court.
Well, we can't keep doing this thing. We can't.
Well, what do you want me to do? I can't leave him. I'm scared of him. I can't
Why are you
leave
scared of him?
Because he's dangerous.
That's right, he's dangerous, and if he's so dangerous, why don't you get yourself a lawyer and beat him at his own game, you know?
I play the dutiful wife in public, but at home I think I've learned to stand up for myself.
You said he brings criminals into your house?
A local mafiosa called Vic Scalisi. Also some of their cops and judges and aldermen. This could be dynamite in court. Can I use it? Use whatever it takes. I don't care, Hannah. I just want to get Kim out of the house as soon as possible.
Well, I wouldn't advise moving out just yet, not until the divorce papers are filed.
How long will that take?
We have to avoid getting one of your husband's judges. I want to call in a few favors and get this filed downtown, outside of his influence. A couple weeks.
Weeks?
Well, I'm sorry, Diane. I'll file as fast as I can.
Hannah.
Think about your daughter. Why risk losing her? Be patient.
Don't you worry. You're late. Where have you been?
At the college.
Who were you with?
Do I ask you how you spend your
I asked you a question. I asked you a question. Who were you with?
None of your business.
Mina? You said you weren't coming.
I know. Ellen wanted me here.
Oh, I'm so glad. You changed your hair.
Mm-hmm.
You look wonderful.
Thanks. So do you. How are you?
Me? I'm great. You must be very busy. I haven't seen you in a long time.
I know. I'm sorry. I don't seem to have time for anything these days.
We're losing you, aren't we?
Hey. Sorry I'm late.
Oh, we can start the party now, huh?
I ran into Diane last night.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I was really surprised to find that you let her play the field.
What do you mean?
I mean, she has a boyfriend. What, you didn't know? I figured it was part of the thing you guys had going.
What are you talking about?
I'm telling you, I saw them myself making out in the back of Finnegan's Roadhouse. What, you didn't know?
You're lying.
I'm not. I ran to 28 in the guy's plates. Name's Mikhalik. He's a college professor.
Sounds like the old lady wandered off the reservation.
You see Joe around?
Yeah.
Tell him I got a job for him, will you?
But I want to see you.
I want to see you too, Jim. We can't. Hannah said we should wait until the divorce papers are filed.
You know, you don't know what you're missing. I was gonna make us some dinner. I was gonna serve a little wine.
And I love the way you serve wine. I love it when you pour it over me. I can't wait to feel your mouth on me again.
I want to kiss every inch of your body. I want you to think about me touching you. I want you to picture everything we did. And
I told her not to do this.
Picture us doing it a lot slower.
How could she do this to me?
I just didn't realize Diane was such a connoisseur of wine. What do you think she likes, red or white?
Yeah,
Shut
red,
up.
for sure. Well, what's with licking the wine out?
Shut up.
It looks a wet bed.
Shut up!
Alan! Shut up!
No, Rick. No! No! I'm gonna kill her! I'm gonna kill her! I'm gonna kill her! I'll kill her! Ellen! Stop it! Oh, God.
I know what you're doing. You really think you're getting a divorce? No denials? That's good.
What have you been doing, Alan? Tapping my phone?
You don't have a phone. I have a phone. Would you like to use my phone to call the police?
My lawyer gets back on Monday. You'll get the papers then.
Your lawyer? I'm your lawyer. If you proceed with this, I'll take custody of Kim. You'll never see her again.
You think you can handle the publicity of a court case?
Are you threatening me?
No. But I think you're threatening me. And if you are, I suggest you think about it very carefully. Your friends may not like what I have to say about them in court.
You just made the biggest mistake of your life.
No. That was marrying you.
I'm here to see Mr. Masters.
Is he expecting you?
Yes, we work together.
Sure, this way.
Hey, Eddie.
Got those files you wanted.
Oh, great. Did you have any trouble getting them?
No, I just got to get them back to the evidence room before the night shift goes on.
Great. Thanks. Oh, hey, Eddie, listen. Let me ask you a question. What if something happened in this house? Who'd be in charge of the case?
What kind of something?
Break in. Somebody gets hurt.
That's the responsibility of the sheriff's police.
Who'd be in charge of a murder investigation?
Murder? What's going on, Alan?
Who would be in charge of a murder investigation?
At the South Investigations.
Who's that, Reed?
Reed? No, we could steer it to Roy. Roy Galvin.
Good. Good. Thanks. I owe you one.
You okay?
I'm fine.
Diane. Hi, it's me. I've got to see you. I'm sorry, Nina. I'm counseling all day at the center. What about lunch tomorrow? What about tonight? I can't. I've got a college board meeting. What's so important? Having these dreams about you. Diane, be careful.
Thank God I'm getting out of there tomorrow. He's been tapping my phone. Look, I've got to run. I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Blanca,
Yes?
you can take the night off if you like.
Thank you.
Bump a 10.
Well, it's a $5 limit, Terrell. Don't let him hustle.
Who said anything about a limit?
Well, I'm out anyway.
What are you reading? Meditations of Marcus who?
Marcus Aurelius. You would know him, Mike. He's been dead for a while.
Didn't you get enough of that in the seminary?
Yeah, actually, once you get past all the stuff about ethics and philosophy, it's It's pretty racy stuff, Mike.
And this is what, 22 years ago? She insists to this day that I came into her classroom and disrupted her. I didn't. I thought you weren't coming.
It was hard to get out of the house.
Well, pretty soon you're not going to have to worry about that.
I know. I can't wait.
There's a lot of it.
Kimmy? Kimmy? Kim? Come on, honey. Wake up, sweetheart. Come. Lanka?
She's not here.
Alan, what are you doing?
Homicide ain't gonna like this one bit.
She's got to disappear.
Get a sheet. Look inside. I'll take care of it.
Ballistics is working up the slugs now. I think that's 357.
We're gonna need more men down at the canal. There's a hell of a crowd already.
Damn scavengers. Get some troopers down there to help out. You check up on our boyfriend, the professor. Push him hard so you can shake something out of him.
All right, listen up. I want maximum effort on this. Everyone, I repeat, everyone works this case. You make it your #1 priority.
You'll be reporting to Lieutenant Galvin.
Okay, we all know Alan. We've worked with him. Now, this is his wife. Remember that. We all love Diane.
It says here she sustained some fractures unrelated to the bullet wounds.
Well, probably caused by the body bouncing around the back of the car.
In my opinion, the slugs are what killed her.
What about this here? It says she wasn't wearing any underwear.
Was she sexually assaulted?
Well, after 6 months at the bottom of the canal, it's impossible to say. No, I couldn't find any evidence of contusions, abrasions, or scratches in the genital area.
Boys, Okay. Look, you've got a good shot there? Mr. Masters. Yeah, give me a long shot. Give me one. Wide now.
Chief Corbett, any comments?
Mr. Masters. Excuse me, sir. Can we get
Mr. Masters, was your wife raped, sir?
What do you feel about this?
When was the last time you saw your wife?
The night she disappeared. Chief Corbett, are you taking charge of the investigation? Chief Corbett, come on, Chief Corbett. Can't you tell us something?
Look, he told you guys last March as well as us. He woke up in the morning. He could not find his wife. Mrs. Masters was not in the house.
Her car was gone from the driveway. She never came home.
Well, did you have a fight, sir, or what? Did anyone contact you? Are there kidnappers involved?
What time was it? Come
You
on.
suspect a conspiracy?
How much does Galvin know?
Well, I had a little talk with him. Whatever he knows or suspects, he'll keep the wolves off your back.
And what any surprises?
Kept a lid on when she disappeared. I can do it again.
What's so funny?
Well, you gotta admit, we're living the fantasy, you know. You commit a murder and you investigate it.
That is funny.
Let us pray. Grant, O Lord, this mercy to thy servant departed, that she who in her desires did thy will may not receive the punishment of her misdeeds. Thy mercy may make her the companion of the holy angels in heaven. Eternal rest grant unto her, O Lord.
May perpetual light shine upon her.
May she rest in peace.
I know, darling. I cried my eyes out when my mommy went away. Okay? It's gonna be okay. Okay? Annie Fran will be here all the time. I promise.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. Okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Thanks. You guys have been great.
No. Alan knew all about the boyfriend.
Because you tapped her phone.
Like I had a choice? Alan made me do it.
For God's sakes, Joe, shut up.
Yeah, you should have been there when I played the tapes for him. He went crazy, about broke every bone in my body.
Don't listen to him. He's just suffering from bottle fatigue.
I talked to so many police after Diane disappeared. I always remembered you, Sergeant. I hoped we would hear from you.
Yes, well, actually, I tried to get your daughter's case. I asked them for it, but they wouldn't give it to me.
This is Diane's room. Until she went away to school.
Miss Turner, would you mind if I borrowed a few of these things? A picture or two, maybe your diary?
I only ever saw her as a little girl. I lost my sight when she was 5. When I think of her so young and alive.
Okay, take your time. You don't want any mistakes. Now, you never saw any of those men? Maybe someplace following Mrs. Masters?
No. But...
Okay, Miss Capstaff, thanks. I know you want to get home.
How's it going, hey, look?
Pretty much a dead end, but we owe it to Alan to keep going.
Listen, let me give you guys a hand. Give me a lead to follow, something.
Well, you want to take a look at some old cases, Alan's?
Yeah, that's a good idea. What are you looking for?
Well, he made a lot of enemies, guys he took apart in court.
So you think it's a grudge thing?
Well, 6 months ago, I think she runs out in Allen. Maybe intends to hook up with the boyfriend later on. Now she turns up with a couple of slugs in her skull, and I still like Michaelic for it.
There's no evidence of that, and it's a pretty shaky motive.
But, okay, so what's left? It's got to be a revenge hit against Alan, doesn't it?
Trouble is a man who loves me no more, no more. Trouble is a man I'll always adore. Nothing good to say. Still, I hate a day without him. Why should he have to be the one, my only?
Mike, you wanted to talk to me? Here I am.
Sit down, I'll buy you a beer.
So that's the girlfriend, huh?
Yeah. My wife thinks I work a lot of overtime.
Thank you.
So, what are you working on these days?
Yeah, mostly paperwork. Chasing a few leads on the Masters case.
It's Roy's case, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I offered to help him out. Galvin's in way over his head on this one. I should have been running that case, and you know it.
Yeah, you've got a lot of unfinished work. I want you to drop it, get back to your own stuff.
Oh, I thought you said you wanted everybody pitching in on Masters.
Well, yeah. We don't want to be bumping into each other. You got plenty to do.
I'll tell you something. I've been thinking about that. You know, I think we're going in the wrong direction there. But now listen to me. You remember last year when Diane's mother came in and she reported that Masters had been beating her daughter up?
It's a dead end. It's Polish family stuff. Besides, look, I know Alan. He's a good guy. He loved Diane. He went crazy when she disappeared.
Crazy? I hope over my singing.
This is one of my best cops. It's Jack Reed. Jack, this is Nina.
Nice to meet you.
Hi. Saw you at Diane's funeral.
Yeah, I knew her slightly. Well, I guess I better make it on.
Oh, finish your beer.
No, you know me. If I don't get home on time, my wife locks me out. It's very nice to meet you.
Well, give my best to Arlene and the kids, huh?
Okay.
And remember what I said.
Hey, you're the boss, right?
A nice guy.
Don't ever talk to him.
Alan never did treat Diane right. Leave it alone, Nina. Oh, God, you think he could have killed her?
Damn it, I said drop it. Do you want to get all of us killed?
So we're just supposed to forget about Diane? She was our friend.
She shouldn't have stepped out on Alan. She knew she was playing with fire.
What? You saying it was her fault?
We all know the rules. Diane tried to break them. Look, she's gone. There's nothing we can do about that. Now let's just quit talking about it. It's none of our business.
Sir, we need some comment from you, sir. For our readers, a month since Diane Masters' body was found. It has been up 3 weeks.
Did you come up with anything yet?
Why don't you vultures get lost? This investigation is going nowhere.
Oh, damn it, let's shake something up. Who's in charge down there?
Roy Galvin.
Galvin's a lightweight. Got anybody else?
Maybe.
Who?
He's only a sergeant, but he's a good guy. Jack Reed.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get him on the case.
Corbett won't like us interfering.
The hell with Corbett.
that beautiful? That's a wedding dress.
It's really pretty.
Mm-hmm. Look at this one. I love one.
Look at the funny outfits they wore back then.
I wore an outfit like that.
Hey, that's Dad.
Mm-hmm.
He looks so young.
Uh-huh.
Is that the homecoming queen?
Uh-huh. That was Daddy's girlfriend. A long time ago.
Did he love her?
Well, I guess he did.
Then what happened?
Oh, it's a long story.
What's her name?
Katya.
Wow, look at this. I didn't know you were into polkas.
No, it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. You got a second?
Sure.
Thinking about the Masters case. Decided to need some help. You.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Mike. You're the guy that took me off that case.
So I changed my mind. Well, Jack, you're twice the cop boy is.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm a great cop. Yeah. Tell me, this wouldn't have anything to do with county busting your hump, would it?
You're making a three-ring circus out of it.
I bet, sure.
Listen, Jack, it's a hot seat. I wouldn't blame you if you turned it down.
How soon can I start?
Make the announcement in the morning. When Jack, you report direct to me, huh?
Absolutely.
Good.
Try some pierogi.
It's an 18th century crystal ball. You're supposed to be able to predict the future with it, but it's never worked for me.
That's very interesting.
It's good to see you, Sergeant. Chief Corbett told me you were coming on the case.
Well, I've been doing a lot of reading. I just have a few basic questions. Like, for example, did your wife have any enemies that you knew about?
Well, I'm sure that she didn't. Everybody loved her.
This next one's a little awkward. Did you know your wife was having an affair?
Yes, I did.
I understand she wanted a divorce.
No, that's not true. She thought about it. It was very difficult for both of us. But like the books say, we worked it out.
I mentioned to you that I had talked with your wife. It was about a year ago. We had received reports that your wife had been physically abused.
By me?
Yes.
What did she say?
She said there was nothing wrong.
I have a lot of enemies, Sergeant, but I had no idea it would come to murder.
So you think she was killed in order to hurt you?
Oh, you bet that's what I think.
I wonder why they just didn't hit you.
I thought that was obvious, Sergeant. By killing her, they did.
This guy never wanted a wife. He wanted an obedient little doll. When she tried to leave him, he went nuts.
Wait a minute, now, what are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say he killed her. What's the use of talking to you anyway? It's not a serious investigation.
Why do you keep saying that? I'm here, I'm asking questions.
It's a cover-up.
Of course it's a serious...
It's a cover-up. Diane told me about you cops. Masters owns you and everybody knows
Look, Masters doesn't own me, all right?
No. I told your pal Galvin about Masters. He tried to hook me up to a lie detector. Not Masters, just me.
Look, when we get close to an arrest, everybody will have...
save it. There's not going to be any arrest. Not ever. Not in this case.
Jack, come to bed.
Okay, in a minute.
So, you got the case you wanted. What are you going to do with it?
Well, first I'm going to read these files.
Jack, can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
What's with you and Diane?
Elaine, look, all right, Diane resembled somebody I used to know, so what?
You were gonna marry Katya. She and Diane could be sisters. You can't relive the past through Diane.
I don't even believe me. You got nothing to be.
Get jealous about? I'm too smart to get jealous.
Sorry about it. Sergeant, can you give me a minute?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I want to ask you something. It concerns your wife's underwear. I've been going through the files. I'm sorry. Did you know your wife wasn't wearing any underwear when they found her body?
Well, it wasn't prominent in my mind, but yes. You're saying that the killer removed them at some point.
Certainly not afterwards. We know the killer wasn't that kind of a freak. There weren't any scratches or contusions to indicate a struggle over her underwear before she died. No, she probably took them off herself, which means that she was undressed or was in the act of undressing when she was confronted by her killers.
Where are you going with all this?
I'm not sure. Just bear with me. So she's undressed. He kills her. Then he takes her clothes, puts them back on the body, except he forgets her panties. I'm sorry, this must be very upsetting for you.
This is a very difficult conversation.
Not sure. Would you rather we do it some other time?
No, I don't mind. Just please try and get to the point, will you?
Well, you see, if I'm right, and she undressed herself, well, where does a woman usually take off her underwear?
I told you, she didn't come home that night. She was having an affair. She could have left her panties in a motel room.
Excuse me. Didn't you tell me that you'd patched things up with her?
I said I thought we had.
And, you know, we checked all the motels. I mean, Hancock Springs isn't very big. She didn't go to a motel that night.
Well, maybe they went to Mikhailik's place. Maybe there's a chance that he's a killer.
Mikhailik? So then you don't think it was a professional killing, after all?
Well, I'm not a detective, Sergeant. I wouldn't presume to know.
I appreciate your patience, sir. Just one more thing. Would you be willing to take a polygraph?
Oh, come on, Sergeant. You and I both know that stuff's inadmissible in court.
Well, you understand I have to ask.
Of course. Neglect me as a possible suspect would be poor police work.
That's right, and as you've already told me, you're a man who appreciates good police work.
Mom, do we have to wait? I gotta eat.
I would like to wait for your father.
He's worked late every night this week.
Hello.
Listen, sweetie, I'm just gonna grab a sandwich here.
Oh, Jack, not again.
I'm sorry, babe, I gotta work.
At this time of night? Look, couldn't you at least stop by and have a quick bowl of soup with the kids? It'll make you big and strong.
I gotta do this tonight.
Jack, what's going on? We've barely seen you for a week.
Diane was a great friend. There was something about her. Something special.
Ellen gave her start, but she was her own woman. Came from nothing. She thought she knew everything. I think we helped her out a little.
Teach her what clothes to wear, how to do everything, how to cope with Alan.
What does that mean, cope with Alan?
Well, you know, how to behave in the kind of social circles Alan moved in. Diane was always trying to improve herself.
Did she ever say anything to any of you that indicated something might be wrong?
No, everything always seemed fine.
There are no problems at home.
Everybody has problems, I guess.
Did you ever talk about her husband?
Well, sure. They were very much in love.
Even though she was having an affair?
That wouldn't have lasted.
Oh, come on, Francine. They were getting a divorce.
That's not true. Enough. We really don't know anything. Okay? Diane's death was terrible. That's all we know.
Is there anything you'd like to add to that, Miss Sloan?
Like Francine said, we don't know anything.
So guys, toast to the club. May it be make a lot of success, make a lot of money, and be filled with what? A lot of broads.
Here's to a lot of broads.
Salute.
It's not bad for two guys from South Chicago, huh?
Excuse us. By the way, I hear Reed's taken over for Roy. That worries me.
Since when did you worry about a cop?
He's trouble. I told you before.
What do you mean?
Alan, I didn't ask you any questions about Diane's death. I didn't embarrass you.
Vic, I don't know what you're talking about.
Diane was your business. But this, if Reed comes after you, he can stop the whole works.
He can't touch me. You have my word.
I remember you said that.
Blanca. I'm sorry, Blanca. I was just looking.
I would like to give you something. Mrs. Masters would want you to have it. I found it a few months ago. It must have broken off and rolled under the bed.
She always wore it, didn't she?
It was the only thing he did not throw out.
What do you mean?
Mr. Masters. He got rid of everything. Her clothes, her jewelry, everything.
Why did he do that?
The day after she disappeared.
The day after? When he didn't know she was dead.
He knew.
Hey, Alan wants everybody to stay until Vic leaves.
Alan doesn't own me.
Hey, wait a minute. What the hell's the matter with you?
Nothing.
What you got in your hand?
It's nothing.
Well, let me see it. Wait a minute, what, Miss Diane's? Where'd you get this?
She always wanted me to have it.
How'd you get it?
Alan said I could take it.
She lied to me. How did you get this?
Mike, there's something wrong. Look, the chain is broken. And Alan threw out all of Diane's clothes before he knew she was dead.
Whoa, sweetheart. Who have you been talking to?
Nobody let me go.
No, I don't want to hear you mention this again. You understand?
You're hurting.
It's not all I'm gonna hurt. Now, you listen, you pay attention. You keep your mouth shut. You're gonna end up just like Diane. You understand? Good. That's very, very good.
look, I know it's a Saturday, all right? I'm sorry, but it's urgent. I didn't know who else to talk to.
Anyone else I tell them, go to hell. What do you got, Jack?
Well, I just finished this forensic report on Diane Masters.
Jack, that's his.
Oh, come on. Look, I've investigated hundreds of head wounds. None of them ever looked like this before.
Well, what do you see as the problem?
Well, first of all, you got multiple skull fractures here, okay? You can't tell me that's consistent with 2 gunshot wounds.
Well, the forensics signed off on that. What more do you want?
What do I want? I want a second opinion, a good one.
Well, how about sending it over to Dr. Oliver?
Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah, I like that guy. I've seen him testify a couple times. Where can I reach him?
I think he's over at Northwestern now.
That's terrific. All right, listen, thanks a lot, okay? I owe you.
All
right. Right.
Dad, what's this?
It's an X-ray.
When Nicole broke her arm, we saw some of those. But this is a brain, right?
Yeah, that's a skull. That's the bones in the head.
And these 2 holes are from bullets?
Yeah. Come on, look. You don't want me to lose any evidence, do you?
Was she a girl or a woman?
She was a young woman.
Did she have any kids?
She had a little girl.
Oh.
Jack. John, I got you a new box of crayons. They're in the kitchen on the counter.
Okay, I'm gonna draw some x-rays.
Okay, sports.
Is this necessary? He's only 10 years old.
He's an intelligent kid. He's curious about what I do for a living. I mean, he can handle it. It's just technical stuff. It's routine.
This is not routine. He's a child. This is routine?
What? It's stuff from Diane Masters. There's letters there, there's notes, an appointment book. That's a diary from when she was a teenager.
You're looking at a teenager's diary? What's this got to do with the case?
Arlene, it helps me to get to know her.
No, you already know her, Jack. Her name is Katya.
Come on, Arlene, don't start imagining things, all right?
I know how important Katya was to you, Jack. And now it's Diane. They're dead. Both of them.
I hate to do this. I hate to do it, but queen high, straight flush. The game is over, gentlemen.
How do you do it, Alan?
It just
Come on
happens.
now.
Some nights the luck is with you, some nights it's not.
Yeah, give me something.
Have a peanut. Would you like a peanut?
No, I can't
Eddie,
eat peanuts.
take this mess out of
When?
it.
It's got my throat and I gag and
Okay.
Easy.
All right, okay.
Okay, come on, okay.
Yeah, thanks for the tip.
Everybody in?
All right, here we go.
What's the matter with you?
Reed's exhuming Diane's body.
Stop him.
It's too late. He's got a county order. He's digging her up at dawn.
Right. Let me know if Reed tries anything else.
I thought you had people down at the courthouse. I don't want any more surprises.
Calm down, Alan. Reed won't get any more county orders. Did I ever let you down? Look, don't worry about it. It's not as though you killed Diane.
Of course I killed her. She was cheating on me.
Based on the new autopsy information, this all seems pretty clear, Sergeant.
Thank you. What are you doing here, Sergeant?
Still trying to straighten out a few things, Counselor.
Such as?
Well, for openers, the cause of your wife's death.
She was shot twice in the head. I think that did it, wouldn't you say?
Well, that's what the first autopsy said, yes. We just got the results of the second autopsy. Your wife received several massive blows to the head with a hard object. She was dead before she was shot.
Well, Diane fought against her killer. She fought hard. I'm not surprised.
Or the killer shot her because he wanted to make it look like a hit.
I don't understand.
A beating is a crime of passion, Counselor. Whoever crushed Diane's skull was close enough to her to feel great rage, and he was anxious to conceal that closeness by shooting her dispassionately after the act. Also, of course, he didn't want anybody to know where the killing actually took place.
You really think I killed her, don't you, Sergeant? What's driving you, Sergeant? I've been practicing law for 20 years, and I've never seen anything like this. You put together garbage. Do you envy me? Do you hate me? Are you jealous because Diane was my wife? The killer is getting further and further away because you're wasting taxpayers' money with your problem. That's irresponsible, Sergeant. That's juvenile. I'm disappointed in you. I have work to do.
Hey, Mike. You know, I just got a call from the mayor's office. What are you hassling Masters for?
I'm not hassling anybody. I asked him a couple of questions.
Bad call, Jack.
Yeah, well, good or bad, it's my call to make, and I made it.
Hey, just sit down, kid. You're gonna learn something. You're not the Lone Ranger. I'm the one that's got to take the heat from upstairs.
You don't have to take any heat. Just tell him to talk to me. I'd be glad to take it.
Hey, look, we're talking Alan Masters here. You telling me you suspect Alan Masters?
As far as I'm concerned, he's a suspect. Why? Why shouldn't he be a suspect?
I'll tell you what, from now on, you check with me before you do anything. You understand that?
Hey, whatever you say.
Over here.
Make it quick.
Thanks for coming. Look, I need help. You're Diane's best friend.
I help. I end up in a trunk like Diane.
I'll get you police protection.
Alan owns most of the cops in your department.
Come on.
It was Roy Galvin who told Alan about Diane and Jim. I shouldn't have said that.
What about Mike? Does Alan own Mike, too?
I got nothing to say about Mike.
Okay.
Look, I'll give you a push in the right direction, that's all. Alan's not a grieving husband. It's a big, fat lie.
Well, I kind of figured that out for myself.
He couldn't stand it that Diane was getting a divorce.
So he knew she was going to leave him.
Why do you think he had her phones tapped?
Wait a minute, who did he get to do that?
Joe Kozlowski. Taped Diane and Jim talking sexy. He said Alan went crazy when he heard it.
Okay. Reed knows something. He is all over me. I'll watch him. You watch him? You'll watch him? What is that funny? Is that a joke?
Slow down, Alan.
Shut up! You child. You simple, stupid child. If you had handled this investigation right, Reed had never been put on this case.
I'll take care of it.
He's got a family? Huh?
Jack? What's wrong?
The whole investigation into Diane's murder is a farce. Joke. Roy and Mike have been covering up for Masters right from the beginning. It's one big happy family down there. Roy is the one that told Masters that Diane had a boyfriend.
You're surprised?
I guess I just didn't want to see it. All right, Look, I never took a nickel from anybody, okay? But I'm no crusader either, all right? As long as everybody just leaves me alone, lets me do my job, they don't get in my way, I can stomach their lousy grafting.
But cops don't turn in cops, right, Jack?
That's right.
What's different this time?
You gotta draw the line at murder.
Don't you mean this murder?
Sometimes I hate this job.
Oh, I think you like this one, Jack. I think Diane is very important to you. Finish it, Jack. One way or the other. We need you too. I'll get you something to eat.
I'll get it.
We gotta talk, Jack.
What's the problem?
What's the idea of putting the heat on Masters?
It's my job, Roy. It's your job, too, right?
Why don't you give the client the benefit of the doubt?
Client? What are you talking about? We're not lawyers. We're supposed to be cops.
Cops stick together. You're a freak, Jack.
Keep it down, all right? I think it's time you get out of here. Go on.
I'm gonna blow your lights out right now.
You gonna shoot me, Roy? You gonna kill me? Yeah? Go ahead. How much does Masters pay you for shooting a cop, Roy? How much? Huh? Come on, Roy. Come on, Roy. Pull the trigger. Come on, Roy. Pull the trigger. Come to my house, you lousy punk, and you put a gun on me? You gonna shoot me? I could kill you right now. Do you know that? I could kill.
Don't do it, Roy.
Get out of my house. Get out of here!
Just finish it. It's okay. It's okay. Come on upstairs.
Qualify for. Hey, Larry. Hey. No, I don't know if you want to go up.
You got that left?
Yeah. I had a visit from Roy Galvin last night.
Yeah, he told me. Roy's stupid. You know, Jack, I could get you more money in the next hour than you could make in 20 years.
Or what? Or what, Mike? I get killed? Killed by a fellow police officer? Is that the deal?
If it weren't for me, you wouldn't be getting a warning. Oh, what? Master Scalisi? That made you dead meat a long time ago.
What the hell ever happened to you anyway? You were a decent cop.
Where you been, man, Mars? I mean, you know, things are run in a certain way in this world. You gotta make compromises. Compromise?
You cover up for a killer. You talk about killing another cop, and you call that compromise?
Well, you got the hots for a dead one.
You can go to hell, Mike. I'm busting this wide open.
Hey, Jack. No more warnings.
What? What'd you say to me? What?
I said no more warnings.
Okay.
Those plates you found, they're going to be added to the board.
Hey, Jack.
I'm going out for lunch. Can I bring you anything?
Lloyd.
Yeah?
I'm coming with you.
Jack, this is crazy. You're talking about our police chief.
Yeah, police chief who lives in a very expensive house and drives a fancy car.
Well, maybe he did some outside work. You know, lots of cops do that. I hear you're working part-time security yourself.
Yeah, I get $6 an hour.
Jack, you got any more evidence of that?
How about a witness? I got somebody I'm trying to get to come forward. I think I'm starting to make progress, too.
All right, well, look, if there's anything that I can do to help, you let me know.
Well, I've been hoping you'd say that. I've been feeling kind of lonely lately. Let me run it a little further myself. I'll get back to you. Joe Kozlowski?
Yeah, over here. Joe, someone interesting for a change.
Give us a minute, would you? Joe Kozlowski. I'm Sergeant Jack Reed.
I don't know nothing.
Well, you haven't heard the questions yet. I understand you're a private investigator. You do some work for Alan Masters, is that right?
This is not an information booth.
There's a rumor going around that you did some phone tapping for Mr. Masters. Is that true?
My work is confidential. I don't have to tell you anything.
You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. As long as you had a permit. Did you have a permit? Because if you didn't have a permit, that's a federal offense. Did you have a permit, Mr. Kozlowski?
It was a while back. Alan thought Diane was playing footsie.
And you played the tapes for Mr. Masters, didn't you?
I honestly don't remember.
Oh, so then you don't remember Mr. Masters saying that he was going to have his wife killed?
Alan didn't say nothing like that.
No? Withholding evidence makes you an accessory to murder, Mr. Kozlowski, before the fact. Do you know what that means, before the fact? That means you could have prevented the murder from taking place. That puts you in the electric chair in this state, Mr. Kozlowski.
Who are you trying to kid?
I'm not trying to kid anybody. I'm trying to save your life.
Well, I guess they got that kind of crime in suburbia everywhere, you know? Not just Chicago. Hey, Sergeant. Mike, will you give us a minute, please?
Well, it's good to see you, Counselor. You're going to be seeing a lot more of me, too.
You know, I've been very cooperative with you, Sergeant, but I got to tell you something. It's not going to do you any good to harass me. I really just want to be friends. Now, I know that you are way overdue for Lieutenant's badge. I'd be happy to make a few calls on your behalf.
Why, Mr. Masters, are you trying to bribe me?
Well, it might be something to think about. But no. No. I wouldn't try to bribe you, Sergeant. You can't be bought. In fact, I hear they call you the Jesuit. Some might call you a very foolish man.
Well, coming from you, a wife killer, I consider that a compliment.
But I don't think you are a fool, Sergeant. I think you know that all I have to do is make one phone call and a team of morticians wouldn't be able to put you back together again.
Ooh, well, now who's being foolish now, huh, Counselor? I mean, after all, someone might be listening.
Someone might.
Because you're not the only one that can tap a phone.
There's no bugs in this thing. It's just jerking your chain.
How did you find out we tapped Diane's phone?
It's me.
Beats you? It beats you? What is this? Anything can happen day? Is anybody home up there?
Come on, Alan, don't start with that stuff. I'm still all screwed up.
You told him, didn't you? You told him.
I didn't tell him anything.
You told him.
He already knew.
How'd he know? Who'd you tell?
I didn't tell
Who did
him.
you tell?
Why would I tell anyone?
Who did you tell?
I mentioned it to Sarah.
You mentioned it to Sarah.
She's my wife, man. She wouldn't talk.
Unless she mentioned it to one of the other girls. Don't hurt me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You are a very stupid man.
You got no business checking up on other cops.
I got a job to do. Well, so do you.
What was the date again?
You know damn well what date it was. It was the date that Diane Masters disappeared. It was March 19th. Now tell me, where was Galvin?
Roy, at the day shift, he signed out at 4 that afternoon.
Segura and Wilson.
They were here until 7. What are you trying to do, Jack? These guys didn't have anything to do with Diane's murder.
Chief Corbett.
Chief?
Yeah, the chief. Michael Corbett, the police chief.
Jack, I got 2 kids. And 28 years on the job.
Corbett checked out at 11. What the hell is this? Who wrote this? Who's that, Terrell?
Terrell, the rookie. He was on duty all night. He reports hearing 2 shots fired down by the canal. Jack, lay off. Lay off. We're all good cops here.
Yeah. We're all such good cops. How come nobody investigated those shots? Huh?
Yeah, I remember. It was the night Mrs. Masters disappeared. I mean, I didn't know it then, but I was just coming off duty.
You reported you heard shots fired.
Yeah, around 3 a.m. They seemed to come from the canal, so I got in the car, called it in, and drove down to investigate it. But Chief Corbett was already there.
Hey, kid? Yeah, you the shot?
Said it was probably just some kid shooting rats or something.
Chief Corbett was at the canal. He was already at the canal when you went down there.
Yeah. Was this important?
Get that off me. It's crazy talking to cops.
You talk to Corbett, don't you? He's a cop. He's a great cop. He's a great guy, Mike.
You got something against him.
He was there, Nina. He was there that night at the canal. The night Diane was murdered, he was there.
You're lying.
I got an eyewitness. He's a police chief who helps commit murder. Diane's murder. He's scum, and you know it.
And you thought I'd help you get him. You're crazy.
Use your head, Nina. Use your head. You've got to get yourself out of this.
Mike? Mike, is that you?
What am I gonna do with you, Nina?
What is it?
You talk to me.
No, I didn't. I didn't say anything. You're part of it. You helped Alan kill Diane.
I'm a smart girl. From now on, you do nothing, you say nothing, or I'm gonna put 2 steel jackets in your dumb little brain.
Dad, you're home.
What?
Can I have $5?
Isn't it past your bedtime?
Come on, Dad. It's for the mall. All the kids are going to be there Saturday. Please.
John, you get $10 every week.
Dad, who can hold on to money these days?
Listen to this.
Well, certainly not me. All right, here you go.
Thanks, Dad.
Okay. Hey. Close enough.
Come on, Jack. How's he going to learn how to handle money?
Hey, you think I want him to be the only kid on the block with a hole in his britches?
This is not fair. You're the best cop on the force, and you have to work 2 jobs.
Well, life is unfair, huh? Maybe you'd like it better if I started taking payoffs.
It's a lousy thing to say to me.
Is that what you want, Arlene?
You
huh?
know that's not what I was
that
saying.
way I'd be home for dinner every night, right?
I
wouldn't have to have the other
that.
job. Wouldn't have to worry about those lousy bills or violin lessons.
Keep your voice down. The kids
Sure, no problem. I just have to turn my back. Okay? I don't have to do anything. They take the money and they put it right into my pocket.
What's wrong?
There's nothing wrong.
Is the man with the gun gonna come back and kill us?
She's been having nightmares ever since Galvin was here. No, sweetheart. No, nobody is going to come and hurt you.
You have my respect and admiration for everything you've accomplished, Sergeant. But a grand jury at this time would be unproductive.
This administration can't afford a scandal in the sheriff's department.
If you gave me this job,
I didn't expect you to dig this up.
In a few months, maybe then we'll take another look at the situation.
Maybe. Masters and Corbett are guilty as hell, and you know it. You're not going to do a damn thing about it, are you? I tell you, Lloyd, I'm at a real crossroads. Either let me do my job, or I'm going to start driving a cab.
If the DA won't call a grand jury, you're dead in the water anyway.
You know what I'd like to do? I'd like to go to the feds.
Murder's not a federal crime. Come on, Jack. You're a family man. It's time to back off.
God. Look, don't let me fall asleep. You're going to be down at the truck terminal at 9 o'clock.
I'll watch you.
Oh, God, Lloyd is right. I'm running out of gas.
Oh, that'll be the day.
What's this? I thought you wanted me to walk out on this one.
I don't know what I want, or think, or feel. I just want you to know that I'm not asking you to give up, Jack. I want you to know that. I just wish that sometimes you could get Diane Masters out of your mind. That's all. Maybe things could be back the way they were. You know, all things considered, we are very, very lucky. We have got a good life. We've got 2 wonderful kids. Hello? Yes? Who? He's sleeping. Is it important?
Hi. Hi. Sorry to get you out so late, but you gotta hear this.
Okay. Well, it's Mrs. Cabstaff. Sure, I'm Jack Reed. I saw you down at the station house.
I really don't want to talk about this. I suppose I have to.
Just relax and then just talk to me.
Maybe I should start. We had our monthly board meeting at the college. Now, I've been bugging everybody to try to remember what happened that night that Diane just drove off by herself and then disappeared. Now, suddenly Jen you tell him.
We all came back here for a nightcap.
I know. I read the file.
I was inquisitive.
Inquisitive about what?
It's okay. Go ahead.
About whether Diane and Jim were having an affair. That's why I followed her.
Wait a minute. You followed Diane Masters that night?
To see if they went to a motel. I followed her out of the city, and then I lost sight of her tail lights. So till a little later. I went by her house to see if her car was there. And it was.
Now, if Diane's car was in the driveway, then Masters lied about her never coming home.
That's why she wasn't wearing any panties. She was home. She was in her bedroom, getting undressed. Masters comes in.
And he kills her. Masters killed her.
Mrs. Capstaff, why haven't you told anybody about this before?
I was ashamed of being a snoop.
We've been trying to get something to stick to Mr. Scalisi and his buddies for a long time. But this isn't evidence. It's just accusations, suspicions, and rumors.
Rumors? Look, Masters killed his wife. I got a witness that places her car right outside the house. We know damn well that Masters is the boss on Scalisi's whole operation. He pays the judges, he pays the cops, he handles all the politicians. What the hell more do you want?
If you can prove that, then why are you here? Why isn't County prosecuting the case?
You know damn well why. Masters is so well connected locally. Look, if I don't get a federal indictment, he walks. Where the hell else can I go?
Sergeant, you look like a man who needs a gourmet lunch. You've heard of RICO.
Mafia law, yeah.
Yeah, the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act. We could probably use it to get your guy for mail fraud.
Mail fraud?
Yeah. According to your report, Masters collected $1 million life insurance on his wife. If he killed her, that's mail fraud, a federal offense.
Mail fraud, that's the best you can do.
Patience, Sergeant. That's just to get his attention. RICO covers a lot of other things, too. Gambling, prostitution, extortion, arson, loan sharking, and conspiracy to murder.
Damn idiots. If you'd gotten rid of Reed, we wouldn't be in this mess. Listen, we all know what's at stake here. This is my business. You're letting somebody interfere with my business.
All right, Vic. I made an error. I think it's time for you to take care of it, Lloyd.
Reed.
Jack?
It's Jack Reed.
Okay. I'm hooked.
All right, now tell me what happened.
Doesn't matter. I'm on your team.
That's great. All right, that's great, but I need more. I need all the women. Do you understand?
But I don't know if I can do that.
Jack, I got a bus going down. I'm shorthanded. I need help.
Okay. I'll call you tonight. I gotta go right now. You take care of yourself, okay? Okay.
Come on, Reed, let's go.
I'm coming.
We're almost finished inside. We better move fast.
All right, well, let's do it the same as we always do, front and back. All right, Jack, you got the way. Why don't you take the front? We'll cover you around the side and the back. Let's hit the door in a minute. Okay, go.
Butler, where are you? Hey, you guys!
Sergeant Reed. Sergeant Reed.
Hey, Jack. Waking up. How you feeling? You okay? What was some blow you took?
You set me up, Butler. I ought to kill you.
No. 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 No.
What?
Shh.
Shut.
Shut. I heard shots.
No. 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 No, there's nobody here. It's okay. It's okay. You're dreaming. How much longer is this going to go on?
You wanted to stop, Arlene. Is that what you want? Just tell me.
Don't
Just
put
tell
it
me.
on
I'll
me.
stop
That
it if
is
that's
so
what you really want.
unfair.
I promise you, it won't be much longer. Once it's over, we'll go right back the way things were. I promise.
Will we be able to get back, Jack? Without you looking at Diane's picture and seeing somebody else's face.
Arlene, look, you gotta understand.
Oh, no. Oh, I remember her too, Jack. She was the prettiest girl in the neighborhood. Everybody was so jealous of you, and everybody was so sad when she died.
Katya never meant as much to me as you do. Never. Never.
Do you miss her?
I have memories. I was young then. Sometimes you miss what you had when you were young. Now I've got you. I got two great kids. And you're the only woman I ever really loved. The only one.
That guy Reed is one lucky cop.
Yeah, he is, but his luck won't hold.
You screwed up. Next, they'll be making a move on me. That can't happen.
Vic, I'll take care of it.
You do that, Alan, or I'm cutting you loose.
You cutting me loose? You cutting me loose? Vic, we're joined at the hip. You cut me loose, we both bleed to death.
God, Mike do that?
Yeah. Didn't think you were the kind of guy I should be seeing.
I appreciate you coming here. It took a lot of guts. Look, we know Masters killed Diane. But the only way we're going to nail him is in a federal court on racketeering charges.
Racketeering?
Which means we need to know everything about the organization. Scalise, Corbett, the cops, the judges, the politicians, the whole works.
You think we're crazy?
Get this straight, Sergeant. We'll never testify.
Nobody is asking you to testify. Nobody's even going to know your names. This is a federal investigation. All we need to know is where to look. I'm the only person you'll have to talk to.
We've got no reason to help you.
You got the biggest reason in the world. You know too much. What, do you think these guys won't come after you?
You're a dangerous man. Don't listen to him.
I'm dangerous. What about them? Diane was murdered. These guys covered it up. Hey, take another look at Nina. Who wants to be next, huh? Which one of you? You know these guys. You know what they're capable of. You think you're any safer with them than with us? I'm telling you, you can blow these guys out of the water once and for all. You can do it. You're stronger than you think.
He's right. They treat us like we're something stuck on a rug. I just can't. I'm sorry.
Okay. I need details.
You got no idea. People Alan pays?
Like who?
Greg. Judge O'Neill.
Fifth Circuit.
Craig fixes cases for Alan. Alan kicks back half the money to him. Everything from traffic cases to drugs to industrial disputes. It's a hell of a big volume business.
Ridiculous. You can't prove a thing.
It won't work, Judge. We've already got sworn statements from every one of your law clerks. They're not going to take the fall for you.
What do you want?
I want Alan Masters. I want to know about every hustle he's ever pulled in your courtroom.
Oh, God. There's got to be some other way to get him without me.
You know how the game is played, Judge. You're going to go in that courtroom and you're going to testify against Alan Masters, or you're going down with him. Which means you go to prison. For racketeering, for conspiracy to murder. For openers. Now talk to me.
Alan told me in this room he killed his wife.
Is that him?
Yeah.
Okay, yes. Tommy, get the tape running. Okay.
Follow me.
Yes, Mr. Masters. Mr. Masters, sir. Mr. Masters, we didn't
What's going on, sir? Are you under arrest?
No. I'm here to attend the policeman's ball. Mr. Masters has volunteered of his own volition the federal authorities, and he'll be cooperating fully.
Mr. Masters?
I guess this is what you guys call a collar.
Alan Masters, you are under arrest for 5 counts of racketeering, including conspiracy to murder.
There's no big deal. Michael Corbett, you're under arrest for conspiracy to murder. These are 2 federal officers. Would you please surrender your firearm?
In fact, the mob calls him the master fixer. He paid the cops, he paid the judges, the mayors, the city councilors. Alan Masters owned South Chicago. As for his wife, Diane, he beat and terrorized her. And finally, in a violent rage, the day before she was going to file for divorce, he killed her.
This case is as phony as a $3 bill. Alan Masters is not a criminal. He's an innocent man, loving father and husband, fine lawyer, unjustly accused.
Diane was weeping. She was crying as hard as anyone I've ever seen cry. And she was trembling. She was terrified of her husband.
No further questions.
Tell me, sir, does white wine or red wine go better with adultery?
Objection.
Sustained. Professor, when you had sex with Mrs. Masters, I take it you like to watch her undress.
Yes.
Did she remove her pantyhose and panties?
How else could she have done it?
You know that when Mrs. Masters' body was found, she wasn't wearing pantyhose or panties?
Objection, Your Honor. This man is not on trial.
Your Honor, this man is an obvious possible murder suspect. The defense is simply raising reasonable doubt as to the defendant's guilt.
Objection overruled.
No provocation.
So far, we're striking out.
We're just warming up, Sergeant. We'll get him with Judge O'Neill's testimony, believe me.
We better.
Sergeant, you know, when this trial's over, I'm going to pay your wife and kids a visit.
If you ever so much as mention my family again, I'll squeeze the eyeballs right out of your head. Do you understand me, you lousy punk?
Get your hands off my client. This man's obviously out of control. It's a police sergeant. He's attacking a defendant in a federal building. We should charge him with assault.
That makes you wonder who should be on trial, doesn't it? Come on.
Will you need me for anything else tonight, Judge?
No. Thanks. I just have a little work to do.
Well, good night, Judge.
It's my fault. I should have had somebody guarding O'Neill.
It's nobody's fault, but we gotta plug the dike. If you could just get those women to testify.
Forget about it. They're running scared. I can't say as I blame them.
Mr. Kozlowski, we don't want to hide anything from this court. Do you have a drinking problem?
Yes, I was in St. Joseph's 3 times for alcohol-related treatment.
And the day you played the phone taps for Alan Masters, and you heard him swear to kill his wife, were you drunk on that day?
No, sir, I was sober.
No further questions.
Were you drunk the day before you played that tape?
I don't remember. Maybe.
Were you drunk the day after?
Maybe.
Isn't it a coincidence that that just happened to be the one day of the year you didn't abuse alcohol?
Not the only day.
Mr. Masters wasn't just your employer, was he, Mr. Kozlowski? Wasn't he a good friend?
Yes, I guess he was.
Mr. Kozlowski, as a favor for your friend, did you shoot Diane Masters?
Objection. The question has no good faith basis.
Let me understand this, Counselor. Are you suggesting that your client hired Mr. Kozlowski to kill Diane Masters?
No, Your Honor. We believe that Mr. Kozlowski tried to help his friend, Mr. Masters, by getting rid of the wife that was causing him so much unhappiness. This is what he felt he had to do for his friend. Because of his alcohol abuse. Because he was hallucinating.
I don't believe this. First he's blaming Mikhailik, now Kozlowski. By the end of the trial, he's going to be blaming the milkman.
Possibly. But I'll allow the question nonetheless.
Mr. Kozlowski, did you shoot, beat, and murder Diane Masters?
No, I did not.
Did you take off her underwear?
No, sir.
Is it true, Mr. Kozlowski, that you like to wear women's underwear?
Objection! This is character assassination.
Your Honor, we have witnesses from the hospital who are willing to testify that Mr. Kozlowski wears women's underwear. That is why there was no underwear on the body of Mrs. Masters when she was found.
Witness, take the question.
Mr. Kozlowski, do you like to wear shiny, lacy women's underwear?
During sexual games, yes.
Transvestite drunk. Just what we needed.
The words reasonable doubt keep running through my mind. He's halfway out the door.
Oh, look a little sick there, Sergeant.
Well, you can go to hell. I'm not testifying.
You got nothing to worry about. Masters will be in a prison for the rest of his life.
Yeah. Well, he's got a long reach.
If you think that you can make yourself safer somehow by keeping your mouth shut, you're just kidding yourself.
You bastard. Who do you think you are? You come to me looking for help, promising to do the right thing for Diane? Well, you screwed up. Who the hell told you you could put me on the front line?
You're right. You're right, I'm sorry.
How you doing, baby?
Mike, what are you doing here?
Just wanted to check on you. Where you been?
Gabby's. Thought you were staying away while the trial was going on.
I missed you.
I'll get you another drink.
You don't look so good. Something wrong?
No.
I know that. I know that. I know you wouldn't lie to me. Because if you ever lied to me, you know what would happen. You can't get away from me.
Your Honor, the prosecution would like to call Nina Sloan to the stand.
Your Honor, I must protest. Last-minute witness brought dramatically into the court. This is a cheap device to provoke the jury.
This may be a federal court, Mr. Tewitt, but let's not make a federal case out of this. Clerk, swear the witness.
Raise your right hand, please. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
hear Nina fingered me today.
She was dynamite. Names, places, facts, figures, the whole operation.
Should have burned her a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, she really burned you today, pal. She burned you good, and you're going down for the murder of Diane Masters.
I didn't kill Diane, and you know it. She was already dead when I shot her. Okay, so what's the deal?
You know what the deal is. I want Masters.
So what are you offering?
I'm offering you your life. And it's more than you deserve.
Alan told me to kill Diane on her way back from the restaurant. I didn't because...
That's a lie! You know that's a lie!
Mr. Masters, sit down.
He's lying!
Sit down!
That's a lie!
Order! The witness will continue.
Only reason she made it home is because my car went off the road in the storm. When I got to the house, Alan had blood on his hands. Diane's body was on the bedroom floor.
Will the defendant please rise?
We find the defendant, Alan Masters, guilty as charged.
Okay. Listen, there's still time to put you in that federal witness program.
I can take care of myself, remember?
You sure can. Did a hell of a job in there. Really knocked them down.
Guess I finally managed to do something right, huh? Thanks for the push.
Have a good life, huh?
Thanks, I will.
All right, she's all set. Get going.